Oh man. This doesn't look like my normal thing. Where's my Game Informer this week? This just brought me to Game Informer's website. How dare you? New releases coming out this week. There it is. Garden Story. Time on Frog Island. This coming out to PlayStation 5 too. It's an adventure game. Our favorite genre that's not a genre, but more of a subgenre. And then Garden Stories
I'm
and
not saying that there can't be a true adventure game, but you have to prove to me that it's a true adventure game.
And not anything else. Don't have action or RPG elements, because then you're an action RPG. Yeah, there's really not much to go with on these first two, and I've heard nothing about them, so Switch and all that. Lootmancer, have I heard that name before? Have you heard? I feel like
I've heard the game that I've told you about is called Loop Hero. I haven't heard of Loopmancer.
Yeah, that's probably what it is then that I'm thinking of. That looks pretty cool, like that dungeony, like it's another action game. That blade running. Cyberpunk time looping. Cyberpunk seemed to be the thing nowadays. It's the in thing.
Well, I mean,
sorry.
Cyberpunk 2077 kind of opened that door and didn't close it very well.
Yeah, it kind of shit all over itself a little bit too, but that's all right. Yeah, maybe it just made other developers being like, "Oh man, that sounded so cool," but they didn't deliver. Let me try. Escape Academy. It's a puzzle genre. Puzzle game. I didn't even know puzzle games were still a thing. Like since what was it? Professor Layton. It's like that's the last puzzle game.
I don't think puzzle games will ever go away because there's just a subsection of people that only play like puzzle games.
Really?
Yeah, and most of them are mobile gamers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because puzzle games thrive on mobile, but that doesn't mean they can't succeed. Especially like more in-depth puzzle games.
Gotcha.
I saw something that, so puzzle games were big for a while, and escape rooms came out, and escape rooms were built to be like an in real life version of those puzzle games.
Yeah.
And I just saw that there's a video game coming out that is a video game version of the escape rooms.
Yeah, the escape rooms.
You're making a video game based off of escape rooms, which are based off of video games.
Yeah, it's like that whole, hey, this is the book about the movie about the book.
Yeah. Where they write the book and then they make the movie and then they do the novelization of the movie. We don't need that.
No. We have the original source and now the movie. Choose your medium. It's like, who's doing the Cliff Notes? Well, this is a platformer of some kind. Eyes in the Dark, The Curious Case of One Victoria Bloom. And it looks cute. But it also doesn't look cute all at the same time. I don't know. I know you're not big on platformers, so.
No. Speaking of platformers, though, did you see anything this week on, well, I think it's called Have a Nice Death?
No.
Yeah, it was last week, really, rather. Yeah, there were a lot of streamers that got paid to play it, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a roguelike platformer, kind of similar to Rogue Legacy.
Yeah, you already know that's my jam. And to clean up this list, Rune Factory 5 apparently seems to be coming to the PC this week. If you like farming simulators that meet RPGs, it's awesome. Get it if you didn't have a Switch. I've played that one on my Switch. So. I think I saw somebody actually playing this now that I see the art for it. Available on Steam. Everything opens a new tab.
I think your mic's cutting out for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know if it's you or me.
It's probably me. I'm making my PC struggle. Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hi.
I can hear you now.
Yeah. My PC is probably struggling to do things, so
yeah.
We will power through.
All right.
This looks pretty cool. I thought I saw someone playing the game, and now that I'm here, I don't think so.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find. I know Dan played it last week. That's the reason I know about it.
Took a break from Elden Ring?
Well, so funny story. He beats Melania, and I don't know if we discussed this, but actually we may not have on the thing because I think he beat Melania early last week. But so in a lot of Souls games, you beat the final boss, and then there's another boss afterwards, which isn't really a boss. It's just literally hit this thing and kill it.
Yep.
He assumed that was going to be the case for the final boss in Elden Ring. So he thought after he beat Melania that
he was done.
He would just go in and then in 30 minutes finish the game up and be done. So he went ahead and took the sponsorship deal to play this game for the next day. Then he went into the final boss, saw that was not the case.
How does he not know?
He's tried to stay out of spoilers. Like he hasn't watched anybody play Elden Ring or anything like that.
But he knows Let Me Solo Her.
Right. But Let Me Solo Her only does Melania, which he had beat Melania. So he was planning on. He beat Melania and then took the sponsorship deal 2 days after he beat her. Thinking that he would beat the final boss the next day and then he would have the sponsorship deal the next day.
Yep.
Then he gets to the final boss and does not beat it in one day and then has to still do the sponsorship deal the next day.
Of course, yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Speaking of which, he has still not beat the final boss.
I can't say I'm surprised.
He's up to 450 attempts. He did finally see stage 2 today.
Oh, that's good. God. Poor Dan. He just wants to play Cuphead.
But yeah, I'll send you a YouTube or Dan's YouTube link and you can watch his playthrough, or at least look at his playthrough so you can see the game. Obviously, you don't have to do this now, but
yeah.
This is for your future reference.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it. Yeah. Now that I've completed Rogue Legacy 2, my NG plus 8 runs.
Nice.
Yep. It's funny is they released a patch to be like, hey, we made all these things easier. I'm like, well, too late.
That's kind of how I felt after my first playthrough of Elden Ring. They patched in a bunch of stuff to make. Obviously, they made Radon like super easy compared to how he was when I fought him.
Yeah.
And a lot of the bosses where you have the like multi bosses in the same room.
Yeah.
They changed the kind of aggression algorithm, if you will. So a lot of times only one of them will attack at a time. When I fought them, they were all three like, let's go.
Yeah, we're charging you.
Yeah. And It's kind of frustrating watching Dan do it too, because you don't realize the changes that they've made on the back end to some of that stuff until you watch someone else do it. Because we would go into things and he would put up bets, and I would bet on my experience, and then it wouldn't do the same thing. All right.
You got any cool video game news stuff?
I just saw something about the Mass Effect trilogy being free for Amazon Prime Day tomorrow.
Yeah, I was just have best Prime Day video game deals. Doesn't officially start until tomorrow, July 12th. But the deals apparently are already here. So let's see what some of them are. Switch game deals. Looks like Skyward Sword, Assassin's Creed if you're playing that on the Switch. If you don't have Animal Crossing now, I still wouldn't spend $50 on it now.
Yeah.
Hyrule's
Can you not
Warriors.
get that for cheap? Well, I mean,
yeah. I have no clue. Breath of the Wild, $40. That's, most Zelda titles don't really ever go down from full price. So it's kind of weird that that's actually lower than Link's Awakening. Age of Calamity was the offshoot, the Dynasty Warriors one. This looked pretty cool. Mario Kart 8, $11, $49, $11 off. Arceus is $53. New Pokemon Snap being $40 is interesting. Yeah, that's really. Super Mario Maker 2, $42. Mario Party itself, $40. That's not bad. All right, let's see PS5. Valhalla is free for us now, so this does nothing for me. Vanguard is $30, I guess, if we wanted to do the COD thing again. Deathloop's $30. Demon Souls is also free for us.
Yep.
Because when I say free for us, for everybody who's listening, I mean we have the PlayStation, what are they calling it? Extended or whatever?
No, so
Plus
you've got the PlayStation Plus.
Premium.
The Essential is the medium. I think we're premium. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that. Basically, we're talking about the new PlayStation remake. We're both top tier holders, so free for us. Oh, Elden Ring's $48.
Yeah, you're probably not gonna find much better deal than that for a while.
No, I'm gonna have to tell Brittany.
That's the PS5 version.
Oh, it's PS4.
And see what the PC is. Yeah. Well, probably PS4, PS5. You just switch there most likely. $2 more.
Ooh, that's not bad. I'm surprised there's no PC edition.
Yeah, I actually think I was looking at that the other day. I don't think they have a PC edition on Amazon.
I think Brittany wanted it on the PC, so.
Yeah.
But still.
You can't blame her. I mean, I went and got it for the PC just for mods.
Yep, that's how she is. So. Don't buy Grand Theft Auto 5. Integrate's only $30. That's interesting. The Final Fantasy VII remake.
I've heard those are all coming to the PlayStation Plus as well.
Yeah.
The mid-month.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. The new second chapter of the game is being released soon, so I wouldn't probably buy it at this point if you don't already have it. Judgment. Oh, that's pretty cool. Resident Evil Village, $30, not bad. Our game, Strangers of Paradise, $45. Oh, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, and this is the next level edition.
That's a PS5 edition. You can
That's just
the
what they
PS5
named
is
it.
automatically next. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. That's not bad. We don't care about Xbox, but I want to see if there's anything that jumps out. It looks like the same stuff. So, yeah, Halo Infinite.
Elden Ring is $2 cheaper.
Yeah, 'cause no one likes the Xbox. What did you say that you saw was? Cause I don't.
Elden Ring was $2 cheaper.
Oh no,
on
no! But didn't you
Xbox
say before I clicked on here something that you saw a game that was coming on Prime?
Yeah, it was. There was supposedly 30 games are going to be released part of Prime Gaming tomorrow for free, and one of them was the Mass Effect trilogy.
Oh, that's awesome! So I'm gonna look for
the Legendary Edition.
Prime Gaming news. I'll look for that instead of just the Prime Day deals. Yeah. Amazon makes Mass Effect Legendary Edition and over 30 other games free for Prime Day. So that'll be tomorrow, so the 12th for anybody listening in. Kind of want to see what else is.
Yeah, this is about the same article that I saw, and I clicked on that, and it was only showing stuff from today.
Gotcha.
Wasn't showing the list.
That sucks.
Yeah, I just have to see tomorrow.
Yeah. So yeah, check Amazon tomorrow for, especially if you already have Prime, for some free stuff, because yeah, that's pretty cool. Plus 30 titles, including Grid Legends.
Yeah. I saw somewhere Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, and Jedi Knight 2. Or
yeah, if
Jedi
you're a
Outcast.
Wait a minute. What? Finally, if you're a shooting game fan, take note of the includes 3. That sentence doesn't make sense. Like, they have Battlefront as the shooting game, but like maybe Republic
I think
Commando?
Republic Commando is a shooting game, but I don't think Jedi Knight and Jedi Knight 2 are.
Jesus.
So to be fair, I haven't played either of them. I do think I have them.
Gotcha.
But
well, let me know.
Yeah, there was a while back. It's been a long time. There was a Humble Bundle that had a bunch of Star Wars games in it.
Yeah. So this is. I'm surprised it took this long to get here. But this article says Square Enix says Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is the prequel to the series featuring Zack and Cloud, is going to be a PS5 exclusive because of the solid state speed. Surprised the limiter was solid state to be solid state drive speed. I assumed it would have been more VRAM or CPU. But yeah, this is a good sign, I think, even though it sucks for people who only own a PS4. But it means the games are finally leveraging just the technology and all the hardware and specifics for new gen. This is where we probably should have been pre-COVID, probably at 2020.
Yeah. So it's likely we are only going to see this with PlayStation exclusives.
Yeah.
For the time being, because Xbox's SSDs does not stand up at all to PlayStation's. So if that is a true issue with running this game, it wouldn't run on Xbox either.
Yeah, period. That's the secret reason why this game is Sony exclusive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. But when it released, I don't know if it's still the case, but the SSD and the PS5 was the fastest SSD on the market. You couldn't even get a PC one that was as fast as it was.
Damn. Go Sony. Be killing it. Yeah, and it's funny, even in this article, since before its 2020 launch, PS5's SSD was positioned as Sony's headline feature for next gen, calling the storage drive a true game changer. Yeah, it makes sense. So basically, if you can't get your hands on a PlayStation 5, steal your friends, because I do think we're going to see more of this in the future.
Yeah.
At least where Sony's concerned. And it's exciting to see. Like, it does suck, and I do feel bad for people that only have a PlayStation 4 and love the Final Fantasy 7 world and series. But yeah, at the same time, man, when something has a physical limitation and that's why you can only play it.
Yeah. And the thing is obviously COVID has changed a lot of stuff, but a console generation is only about 6 years. And the
Yeah,
fact that we're already 2 years into this one.
yeah, and we're still not exclusive, right? This is the first one that I can think of.
Yeah, and it's not even that it's not even exclusive. We're still seeing games come out that are for last gen without any
Without
current gen.
PS5. Yep, it's true. And not just PlayStation, Xbox games too. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been very weird. I do wonder if all that is really tied to all the logistic issues that COVID presented and harder to get on track. And now, of course, the economic issues and inflation and people not
I
wanting to make that jump.
Yeah, I don't know how if it's fully that reason, but I have to imagine it at least plays a part in it because I know Sony had put in an implication that every game that came out had to have a PS5 version by a certain date, and we're already way past that, and that has not been pushed.
Yep. Yeah. But interesting news. Should be cool stuff in the future, and I hope everyone can get their hand on a new game, new gen console or PC. PC bypasses that, but then you have to wait like a year for the PlayStation games. So the biggest video game news. Ragnarok is coming November 9th. I actually didn't know that. I totally missed that date.
Yeah, as last week it got a
It finally
release
got
date.
announced. I remember every state of play, someone was like, will this be the Ragnarok announcement?
Yeah,
And
and I
then
don't even think
anytime
it
it.
came during a state of play. I think they just dropped a trailer.
Keep you on your toes. Oh, man. But this week, yeah, they released it. Confirmed November 9th. It's funny, too. If it's November 9th, that means this shit's been gold for a while.
Yeah.
Or maybe not that while, but like enough for like when we were hearing a lot of rumors to hear about it for them to be like, yeah, I mean, we could tell them.
Yeah. But also, I think game companies are learning from Cyberpunk's mistakes.
Yeah.
Uh, don't overpromise.
Yep. True. Uh, thus confirming Elden Ring might have some Game of the Year competition. Interesting. I like the God of War series, and I'm probably the wrong fan to begin with, because I enjoyed the previous God of War, uh, but it's not even the best in the franchise for me. So I don't know. The direction of fatherhood for someone like Kratos, it probably hits harder for people that have children, uh, and maybe that's why for me. But this was literally the ghost of Sparta, the man who went insane and killed his fucking family because of being tricked by the god of war to do these things. And you are a story of vengeance. And now I'm supposed to be like, he has a kid now. He's mellowed out. It just doesn't. I don't know. It's not why I play God of War games, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And here's my thinking on the comment about competition for Game of the Year for Elden Ring. And this is just my way of looking at it. I don't know if this is how they look at Game of the Year after all, but Elden Ring changed the genre of Souls-like games.
Yes. If at least from Software, we will never now not see an open world game like that.
Yeah, I mean that was a complete genre redefining game.
Yep.
In my opinion, to compete with that, Ragnarok has to completely redefine the RPG genre. And how are they going to do that?
Yeah, you can't. Unless the only criterion is story.
Yeah, and story has its own category, I think. So I'm just talking for overall Game of the Year. It's something is going to have to be extraordinary from my perspective to beat Elden Ring, just because of what that game meant.
I agree. Like I joke all the time that Rogue Legacy is actually the Game of the Year, and it probably is until I play Elden Ring. It probably is my personal Game of the Year so far. But yeah, if I put those two and I compare them together, regardless of never having played Elden Ring, Rogue Legacy is a great indie game. It did not redefine any of the genre at all. For it did cool shit, but it did not change anything.
Yeah, and I mean, Elden Ring it not only changed the genre, it reached people that the genre has never reached before.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, you went and watched it for weeks. It was the #1 game on Twitch.
Yep.
And you had people who had never even touched a Souls game that were streaming it or watching it.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it's still big.
Yep.
Even 6 months later.
No, yeah, I'll be very surprised if Elden Ring gets dethroned from that. And we feel that it was deserved.
Right. You can never say that money plays a big part in it.
Yes, I'm sure. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes in all of award shows and shit like that. Because how many times has someone gotten music of musician of the year and I've never even heard of that.
Or yeah, I mean, I only primarily listen to country music, but I mean, you'll see people win Entertainer of the Year and didn't even release a song that year. It's what?
How does it make any sense? Movies do that a lot too, but yeah, my God. So it really all is just whatever. But the point is as a community, right? If we all essentially be like, wow, I hope we can have that discussion, right? Where you could say Ragnarok is in the contender for, Game of the Year.
Yeah.
I mean, the more awesome games we have that make people have a fair fight. The difference is and we know Zach's a huge fanboy, but Zach's also a huge fanboy for Souls-like games. So I'm interested to see where his allegiances will lie.
Yeah, I hadn't talked to him in a while. I'm curious if he's beaten Elden Ring.
I'll tell you right now, unless you've been playing with him or he has somebody else, no.
I played with him a while back, and he was about halfway through the game. But I haven't talked to him since then because of the time differences. So I don't know if he's gotten through it.
All right. Next line is Skull and Bones really is happening. I don't even know what this is. It's been a very long time coming, but Ubisoft has finally confirmed Skull and Bones is almost here. The studio revealed the live service pirate game this week, showing off some pirate game. Cool. Keeping those been waiting years for release date, November 8th. Man, this is totally underwhelming when a day after that, I'm getting COD 4.
Yeah, and especially considering that it's coming from Ubisoft, so you can the only thing that I think of is, hey, we're just going to reuse the assets from Assassin's Creed.
Black Flag. Yeah. Get more of that. Congrats. Oh, man. Lollipop Chainsaw returns in 2023. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I saw this. To be fair, I know nothing about Lollipop Chainsaw, but I did see them make this announcement.
The amount of drugs that Suda51 had to take. Oh, they're not involved though. Interesting. Yeah, Suda 51 was the huge one for that, so I'm surprised. It's just ridiculous. Like, you know how Japanese media telling to begin with can come out of left field and get a little crazy?
Yeah.
It's like that. Now, the game isn't a Japanese type game, but it's still that just off the wall insane shit.
Like somebody's running a D&D campaign and just gave their players free will to do whatever the hell they wanted. It's like,
yeah,
sure.
Why not?
you just say you want this. It's like, all right, you have it.
God. Yeah, pretty much. You have a chainsaw. God, I didn't play the original, but I had a friend that played it. So I love the rainbow. Oh man, I think. Oh no, we have She-Hulk is coming to Marvel Avengers. Just don't tell anyone. Appeared to excellent reveal she'll be voicing She-Hulk in Marvel's Avengers. I don't follow the Marvel Avengers storyverse anymore. I'm like 4 movies behind, but She-Hulk's cool.
You're better than me. I think I'm like 24 movies behind.
I honestly probably over exaggerated, and I'm probably right there with you. I think the last one I saw was Civil War.
Oh, then you're still further than me, because if we're keeping timeline, the last one I saw was Iron Man 2.
Damn. Yeah, I'm ahead of you.
I have seen Ant-Man and Ant-Man 2, but that was for an entirely different story. It was.
Yeah. I watched Ant-Man, the first one, but I haven't seen the second one.
We saw the second one when we took a bunch of the kids in Peru to see it.
Oh, that's cute.
I had no idea what was happening, so when I come home, I had to watch the first one to understand what I had saw during the second one. And that's the only reason I've watched Ant-Man.
Yeah, I like the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, this next one is sad. Red Dead Online is dead. Red Dead Online players took to the internet this week to remind everyone, mainly Rockstar, that the 1-year anniversary of the game's last update is fast approaching. Since that didn't get a response from the studio, those same players then arranged an in-game funeral for Red Dead Online, which will go down on July 13th. It seems arranging a funeral for one of its games was enough to warrant a response, but not the one those attending the event next week wanted to hear. They confirmed we'll get no more major content updates. Oh, shit! It seems that the resources that were focused have been moved on to GTA 6.
Yeah, because they're definitely not going to get rid of GTA Online.
No,
that's
their
right
bread
now.
and butter and moneymaker. But, like, dude, that's such a fuck you. I have never, like, that's some Blizzard level of stupidity.
Maybe. But the alternative is you just don't respond. So being upfront and being like, hey, we know you guys want updates, but that's not in our plan, is a little more straightforward, I think, than just being like, okay, and then not giving anything.
I guess. But I don't know. I feel like and maybe this is the wrong approach to have, but if you make anything that is an online thing, this would, in my mind, be very similar to people who bought in Fallout 76. And then suddenly 76 was like, you know what? We took your money, but we don't care. We're pulling all these people that are working on this game, and we're working on the new Fallout game. That's not fair to that fan base, man. If you weren't gonna have any longevity plans for Red Dead Online, then why did you fucking go online? Why did you even bother to do it? Why did I get even invested? This is like an MMO that then says, you know what? In a year's time, we're not going to give you anything new, which is actually what Blizzard did.
Yeah, I don't know how long Red Dead Online has been.
Well, this said
active.
It's 1 year.
Since their last update.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, because it has been around for a little bit. But still, man, like you get people that love your aspects of those games, and then just to be like, we're reallocating those sources to get something else. Sorry, man.
Yeah, it's released in 2019, so about 3 years.
Dude, 3 years is not enough time.
Yeah.
I could go play Destiny 1 right now.
Yeah. But Destiny 1 hasn't got any updates. There's the difference.
Yeah, but
They didn't
Destiny
say they
1
were
got a
taking
Destiny 2.
They didn't say they were taking the server down. To be fair, though, Red Dead Online is not the main game.
Yeah, but that's like saying Call of Duty has a fucking single-player campaign.
Correct, but they also don't update Call of Duties after a year.
Well, they give you new maps.
Not on the old games, they don't. Not after a year.
Yeah, well then the new game is out. But I also think that's what they're trying to do with modern God, why can't I forget it? Their in between version. We played it, it's free.
Warzone.
Yeah, Warzone. I think that's what they're trying to do with Warzone. I think
Yeah.
Warzone is the more similar to the hey, this is always living and breathing regardless of what
Right.
And then this would be them being like, you know what? We're gonna move all our Warzone people to work on the next Call of Duty project, and you're just not gonna get anything new. Like that's more of because it's same company, right? It's not like, and it's a different game in that company. It's not the same game. This is very much like BioWare in my mind. The Bethesda, the Dragon Age team and the Mass Effect team are two different fucking teams, and they need to be. The people that you want writing your sci-fi people and programming it and doing whatever should not be the same people that are also working on your fantasy game. They can be, but I feel like it's better when it's not.
Right. Yeah, and I don't know.
And Rockstar's a big fucking studio with a lot of money.
Yeah, and it depends on who they're pulling over too, obviously. I mean, if you're pulling just devs over, devs can work on anything.
True.
But if you're pulling writers over, that is a big change.
Yep.
Although, from basically what I've heard, Red Dead is just GTA on horses.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and maybe we get a Wild West GTA here. GTA 6s.
Maybe
we're going to Texas, yeah.
Oh God. El Paso, El Liberty City, El Ciudad de Los Angeles. I like it. That's why. We're going back in time. GTA 6 is...
I don't even think you have to go back in time. Like I said, just go to Texas.
True. God.
And I'm not going to lie, I would love the RP off of that when they move the RP server over. Just see people come riding up on horses.
That in the community that's just mods cars. You're neither modding horses.
Yeah.
Yo, you got that Palomino in yet?
It's like, have a horse barber. It's like, yo, can I get flames cut into my horse?
Have
saddle making.
Have genetic
horse breeding.
Horse breeding. God.
Wagon races.
That would be great. No, that'd probably be horrible, but I don't care. I want it to happen. All right. Xbox's Activision acquisition investigation. 6 months have passed since Xbox announced it was buying Activision Blizzard for almost $70 billion. No deal worth that much is ever going to be straightforward, let alone which one in the studios being acquired is being actively investigated for all sorts of heinous things. This week, a fresh spanner is thrown in the works in the form of an investigation. The UK's Competition and Market Stories is investigating the deal in an attempt to determine whether it will have a detrimental effect on the industry as a whole. The CMA has set itself a deadline of September 1st by which point we'll have to had wrap things up and deliver its results. Interesting.
Yep, I think I mentioned when this first happened that we would see anti-monopoly investigations, and it appears to be the case here.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that a UK one is, company is doing it, but
Yeah, although I'm not entirely surprised. Maybe it being UK, I would expect it more to be out of the EU, because they have really cracked down on the gaming industry there.
Gotcha.
Because like in a lot of the EU countries, they can't sell loot boxes anymore, which is phasing those out in gaming now.
Yep. No loot boxes. But yeah, I mean, hopefully something positive comes out from that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it matters much either way from my perspective.
Probably not. I've given up on Blizzard almost entirely as a company, so it is what it is. But you played a little bit of the Overwatch 2 beta. How'd it feel?
It felt pretty good. I can't say I was even that rusty. Yeah, just hard carrying on Zenyatta from game one.
It's what you do.
But yeah, I mean, it was fun. But I mean, Overwatch for me has always been the game that I'm not going to play by myself.
No.
I need somebody else to play with, and so far there is no one else that has the beta. So I played the games to try it, then that's all I'm going to do until somebody else gets it.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one else got it but you did.
Yeah, I don't know. They did say that everybody that applied for it will get it by the end of the beta, so at some point they'll get it.
Yeah. Well, that's cool though. I do miss playing games, as you know, with the crew, but
yeah.
Doesn't matter, only 5 people. Is it they downed it to 5 too, right? 1 tank, 2 deeps, 2 heals.
Yep. Currently on the beta, tank and DPS queues are like 8 to 10 minutes, where healing is like 2 minutes.
God. Can you quick play too still or no?
Yeah. Yeah, they have this beta has the regular role queue, and then it has the open queue.
Gotcha.
Which is like the base game, original game. There's no like comp version or anything. Although this beta's quick play is comp rules, so you do flip the map once it's over to kind of show off the comp.
It makes sense. Even without the rating, right? Just to kind of show what it will be like.
Yeah. Speaking of the rating, though, that's a big item of contention in the community right now, is that Blizzard stated that they will not be wiping Overwatch 1 MMRs and ratings.
That is the stupidest decision they could have made.
Yeah, so anybody that comes back for Overwatch 2 is going to have the same MMR and same rating, and a lot of people are just like, what?
Dude, there are people that haven't played your game in 5 years.
And they're going to come back to top 500 rating.
It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, they did say anybody who hasn't played in a significant amount of time will have decay, but it's not a reset.
Dude, who cares, man? Let your fucking diamond people be in bronze for half a second. They ain't gonna stay there long.
Yeah, and it's not only that. You don't even have to wipe MMR if you don't want to. Because that will eventually change over quick play or whatever. But your comp should be wiped. You have in place already a way to grade people and put them where they're supposed to be. Use it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Blizzard makes some of the stupidest decisions lately.
Yeah. And because, I mean, the whole thing is supposed to be, hey, this is a completely different game than it is. We've changed so much stuff. It's like, if that's true, then why are you using the same ratings?
Yes.
Because they shouldn't be the same.
Nope. If it's a different game, guess what that means? You should use a different system, or at least a brand new system, or start people from zero.
I will say, though, just in the 2 games I've played, it is not a different game.
Yeah.
It plays exactly the same with just more. It seems like more team fighting.
Which is good.
Yeah. And fights are a lot quicker because there's one less tank to take down.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, we will see. Hopefully, you'll be able to play with other people, and then you can tell me if it's changed.
Yeah.
Because that's the caveat: is does it still feel fun to play with everybody else too, right?
Yeah. And on the bright side, at least when it does come out, it's free. So
yeah,
it's not going to cost anything to give it a try.
Yep. Who knows? I might even cave and download it just because, again, it's free, and as long as I don't have to give them any money.
Yeah. Like I've always said, play their free stuff and you make them spend money.
True. True that. Yeah, that was the major notes that I found. Did you see anything this weekend? Obviously, we had a little bit of the Dan announcement earlier, but
Yeah, so watched Dan last week. He obviously didn't get through the final. He's still on it.
Yep.
Hob is still on the God run.
Yep. Still randomizing things as he goes.
Yeah, he did. He started with Sekiro today. He no hit it. He's on to Dark Souls 1.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I actually, it's funny is I just downloaded Sekiro.
Nice. And earlier today, Dan actually quit a little early today. And normally I go from Dan straight to Hob, but when Dan quit, Hob wasn't on yet.
Yeah.
Because Hob normally starts about the time Dan quits. So I noticed that Binky was streaming and playing Elden Ring, so I spent a couple hours watching him play and giving him tips.
Is he alive?
Yeah. He even said that he stopped into my stream the other day while I was playing. And
that must have been one of the. Yeah, that must have been one of the people, because you keep fluctuating between 2 and 3.
Yeah. So he said he was lurking. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason he picked it up, because he did just get it like yesterday.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's awesome. I hope he's doing well. And the other thing I did want to bring up is I really liked your randomizer idea. I had a lot of fun just like I was doing D&D notes and just watching you do the things, and then I found myself getting really invested. And then to the point where when you were on the duo that first
the gargoyle duo.
Yeah, the gargoyle duo. And you beat the first one that first time. I literally had pen in hand. I stopped writing and was just staring at it. And then when you died, I threw my pen and was like, no!
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something about, I think, the randomizer thing too, and playing with a short stack that, for at least me as a viewer, makes it a lot more exciting.
Yeah, but the one thing I don't like about it is that I do have to quit some areas without beating the boss, because I'm just not equipped for what it throws at me at the moment.
Yeah.
And so a lot of it is just wandering around trying to find something usable.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a good enough player to just take
Here's
what it hands me.
Yeah.
And go with it. And that's another thing is, I'm sitting here leveling up stuff, and I'm trying my best to figure out what to level up, but at the same time, I have no idea what I'm running yet, because I still haven't found a good anything, really.
I thought we were going to do the Faith Axe build.
That is a potential, but we still have to find a second axe.
True.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's just, you got to figure out what you're doing, and because whatever I'm pumping in right now, I have to stick with until I beat the second main boss.
Yeah.
Because I can't respec until I beat it.
Damn. Good point.
Yeah. Which is kind of, I was like talking to Binky and he was asking what he should level up, and he's running, or he started as samurai, so he has a katana and everything. I was like, if you want to stick with this, you want to focus bleed, and so you'll want to level up Dex and Arcana.
Yep.
But my suggestion is you do that, level up Dex and Arcana, and get to the second boss, because he keeps like looking at spells and stuff too.
Yeah.
And so I was like, just focus on that and get to the second boss and beat the second boss, and then go find Moonveil, and then respec into Int, so you can keep your same play style, but then you can mix in spells.
Yep, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, then that's exactly how I ran my first playthrough. And so I was just telling him to do that. But yeah, it's a little harder to do that on a randomizer where I don't know where anything is.
Yeah, not to mention we also didn't set you up for success with the starting as the wretch.
Yeah, where all my stats are 10, so I didn't even have anything to lean into.
Nope. Oh man.
But I've cleared I cleared all of the first area's dungeons, which is a little depressing that I didn't find anything.
No.
Now I've cleared like half of the second and still only have found the axe, which the axe is decent. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the axe looks like it's doing good work for you.
Yeah, and the axe is something that I could work with. I just have to find a second one. You can't run that with one axe. You need to dual wield it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But I do need, for those gargoyles, to find a summons that I can level up to the point that it survives more than 2 hits.
Yeah, more than half a second. Yeah, I told you I was doing D&D notes when you were doing. There was one time I was like, all right, oh, he's entering the veil. That's cool. I look down. I start writing a note, like 10 seconds. I look up and your guy's dead. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah,
it just summoned him.
Yeah, it kept dying so fast that I started to not even summon it until the second one came out. But then I was dying because I was getting hit while I was summoning it.
Yep.
It's like, and then it still would only survive 2 hits. It's like,
God. So yeah, that's been a lot of fun though to at least watch. So I hope you do continue that. For anybody listening, he streams under Kesawa, Kesawa. So.
Yep. Probably won't be on that today, but I'll probably pick back up with it tomorrow.
That sounds good. Yeah, and I told you it's given me a desire to try the Pokemon Ironmon thing. So I'll probably do that for a day and realize that that might not be fun. But I'll probably try it because I want to give it a shot. Ironmon.
Yeah, I considered trying it at some point too. So I'll let you go first so you can
yeah, I can
work out all the kinks and tell me what to do afterward.
Yeah, that sounds good. That should be fun.
Yeah, because that's a bigger thing with me is that I haven't really ever done any streaming. So like I have no experience with like overlays or any of this like stream stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you want, do you use Streamlabs or do you use OBS?
I have both.
Okay. I use Streamlabs, even though I set up a basic scene. I can even help you set scenes and stuff up.
Yeah.
In like we can find trackers and different stuff. I don't know what's out there for Elden Ring, but yeah, we could find. I'm sure they have extensions and stuff.
Death counter like Dan has for his boss runs.
Yeah, it's funny is since this isn't my laptop, I have old stuff where you could do checklists and stuff and put them on your overlay.
Yeah.
And timers, counters, all that fun stuff. So. Yeah. You have anything else you wanted to tell the people?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we're done for this week. Again, you catch Kasawa streaming some Elden Ring Randomizer, which I think is a great idea. I don't know how many people are doing it, but at least it's something different, unique, and interesting. And you can catch me hopefully on Sunday. I'll try to stream our session for D&D. But if not, then maybe a randomizer in between. Or next Monday, you can catch us live for the broadcast or around the podcast around 5 Eastern. Until then, though, I hope everyone has a good week. Take it easy, guys.
All right.